All right, boys and girls, this is for the first week of May, and it's actually what I'm noticing on the homework agenda that this reading, RIP, thanks George, is actually for Tuesday. I have finished the readings of the canal um, last week, and so most likely you should have done the math for Monday. All that should have been completed. So now today, which is actually, let me get it out. Um, iready reading. We already did the Amazing Canal. I believe we completed all pages. So technically we're now on Tuesday. All right. So page 45 and 46. Today we're just going to read. And then tomorrow, as well as I believe Thursday, will be all about this reading. Okay. So it says a magazine article. This is a magazine article. So it's a short informational text that talks about a special plant. Okay. So words to know. As you read, look inside, around, and beyond these words to figure out what they mean. So we have burrs, fibers, and fabric. Okay. Here's the title, Rip. Thanks, George, by Hannah Ford. So as you can see in the picture, it's always important to look at the pictures. And here you have um, a child tying his shoe using a strap. And I'm sure a lot of you know what that is already. Some of you have worn these shoes. Some of you probably still wear these shoes. They're called Velcro shoes. Okay. And right here, we have this looking plant, and I know some of you right now are like, hey, that looks like the virus, because the coronavirus. Nope, it's black and white, but this is a plant. Okay. So here are the paragraphs. 1, rip, that familiar sound is what you might hear when we undo our shoes or open our backpacks. It's Velcro. One side is fuzzy, the other side is prickly. It sort of feels like a prickly plant. Well, that's because a prickly plant was the inspiration for Velcro. George Mestral, the man who invented Velcro, lived in a country in Europe called Switzerland. One day he was hiking in the Jura Mountains near his home. When he came home, he found lots of sticky burrs on his pants and socks. What makes these stick? He wondered. He decided to look at them under a microscope. Close up, George saw that each little spike on the burr ended in a hook. When he looked at the fibers of his pants and socks, he noticed that there were little loops. The hooks from the burrs got caught on the little loops. That got George thinking, these things have real sticking power. Imagine if they could stick things together in a useful way. After many years of experimenting, George was able to recreate the sticking power of the little burrs. He made 2 pieces of fabric, one piece that was covered in prickly hooks and the other covered in soft, fuzzy loops. Put them together and they hung on tight. With a hearty tug, rip, they came apart. George was eager to share his invention. A lot of people told him it was really silly. George knew better. He knew that his invention could take the place of many fasteners, zippers, buttons, pins, and shoelaces would all become a thing of the past, he claimed. In 1951, he patented his invention. He named it Velcro, a combination of the words velour, velvet, and crochet, hook. He began manufacturing it, sure that it would have thousands of uses. He was right. Velcro's first big fan was NASA. Astronauts had lots of bulky equipment to put on and take off. Velcro proved to be a strong, easy to pull off fastener for spacesuits. It could hold tools in place so they wouldn't float away. Skiers also wore bulky suits. They liked how Velcro fasteners held tight and opened easily. Sneaker makers saw Velcro straps as kid-friendly. Even toddlers could fasten and unfasten their straps. From something most people find annoying George Mistral gave us a wonderful convenience. The next time you hear that rip, thank him. All right, so today is really easy. It was just the reading. I want you guys to look over the reading. I thought it was a really cool article. As you can see, these are the pieces of the plant that would stick to his clothing. And so the word for the day was burrs. And when it says down here, close up, George saw that the little spike on the burr, the little spikes on the burr. So as you can tell, that the burr is part of the plant. It's like the little ball that it has, and it has hooks. That's what the burr is. Okay, it's just part of that plant. Fibers. When he looked at the fibers of his pants and socks, he noticed that there were little loops. So talking about fiber, obviously we know that the hook is getting stuck to fiber. Those are the little pieces of string, little pieces of hooks of your clothing. Okay, and the last one was fabric. Well, I think he made two pieces of fabric, and here we have a picture. One piece of fabric and another piece of fabric. What does that mean, fabric? Basically, it's two pieces of clothing, two pieces of an item. One has hooks, one has fiber, or one has loops that are soft. Okay, so fabric is just any type of material, usually for cover. So like a couch fabric, your pants, your shirt, a chair that you sit on that has fabric over it. So these are all little things that you consider fabric. It's a type of material. Okay, that is it for today. Tomorrow, we will do the multiple choice. And I believe the following day we have a short answer or short response. Okay, should be pretty easy. Go ahead and read it over. You can check the YouTube video again if you want to hear the story again. Great story. I like this fact. I like this type of article because I like inventions. And maybe someday you guys can create something yourselves based on plants and other materials outside of nature. Have a good day. See you guys tomorrow.